Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile, answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now, I did want to start the show off with a little sneak preview of this coming up this week. Amazing projector I got to play around with, just really awesome. I know you can't really see it because of this light, but let me turn it off for a second and show you just how good it looks. So yeah, really cool things coming up this week, so make sure to subscribe to check all of that out. Now, let's get on with the news. So the first bit of news we have this week is a follow-up from what we got earlier overall with the whole Samsung naming convention. As of this point, I am saying we do not know. Because yes, Ice Universe has said that he still believes, bam, it is not going to be a Note in the February or the January launch, I should say. But we'll have to see if that's true and if we get the Note later on. Again, I think it's still undecided right now. Can you guys hear me okay? Someone was saying something about the sound. Does the sound okay? But just to make sure, the S22 series, the Unpacked event, it does look like it's going to be happening in January. So they're going to continue that tradition that they started last year, which before this, it was always in February. Every single year it was in February or March. And then it would release in March pretty much every year, and that was it. So, what will it be this year? It's looking like January is the date to circle around. The end of January to be precise, so we'll be after the CES event and everything, but yeah, we'll see what it's like. Overall, I'm curious to see them come out this year this early because of the fact that it really just always stresses me out that, like, take more time, change the cameras, the biggest thing that I'm the main emphasis on. Like, I want a really good camera and I don't want them to skip on that. So I'm hoping that they do the camera justice more than anything else. Now, while the S22 is something we are all looking forward to at the beginning of next year, what we have to pay attention to upcoming is the Pixel 6. So with the Pixel 6, we really have to take a look at the pricing. And we have our first hints about it in Europe and what we're seeing it's going to look like. And as of right now, it's looking like it could be $649 and $899. Now, if that is staying the same to dollar ratio, those are some really good prices. $649 and $899, I think, will do very well. And it'll be the first, I think, huge scale Pixel launch that we've seen. Especially with Samsung not doing that well, I think you're going to see that really come around all the way with this. Like, if Samsung, the foldables look like they sold over 1 million in Korea, that's good. Again, still not where we expect the Note sales to be at this time of year, but the demand is high, the chip shortage is real, everything is going to hit. So, the Pixel 6 is really the interesting thing that's going to go down this year, because without a Note, will the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro specifically take over as the top flagship of the year? I'm quite honestly pointing towards yes more so. We'll have to wait and see, but it really looks just so promising. So very excited to see that, and just, yeah, can't wait. All right. Now, with that being said, if these are the prices, let me know in the comment section, would this be what you would want? Are these the prices that you would look for? Like, okay, yeah, $649, $899, these are the prices that I will totally buy either a Pixel 6 or a Pixel 6 Pro. Let me know in the comment section. Would this be enough if you do get everything we're expecting, phenomenal camera, battery, all that kind of stuff? Would that make you switch over to try the Pixel 6 Pro this year? Let me know. All right. The other big thing, again, where I say the chip shortage is real, all of this is happening, is that yes, it looks like Samsung pretty much is canceled the S21 FE. It looks like it because time and time again, there's been 3 times they were supposed to announce it already, and they've skipped that. So at this point, it's looking like it's just not going to happen. The shortage is too much. They're trying to crank out as many foldables, as many regular S series already. To add another phone to this lineup would just cost them too much in time and production. So because of that, it looks like, unfortunately, we just might, yeah, it really might just be like, that might be it. We have an issue, and I don't know. I'm really, this, I think, they should focus on so much more, because the S20 FE saved the 20 series last year. It truly saved it. The S20 series was not doing well at all, and it just really kind of got stuck. So we'll see. But yeah, it's really, it's not looking good at this point from what we're seeing, that this phone will be coming out. And again, I mean, maybe the S21 will drop these crazy prices. I mean, the FE for the S20 dropped to $500 on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all those crazy deal days. So it really was an epic sale proportion. Can that happen with the S21 regular this year? Possibly. It started off at $799, so it was cheaper than last year's S20 was at $999. But we'll have to wait and see. I just think that this is kind of a miss this year for me, in terms of like, this would have been a good, just wide range of sales for them. And I think they're going to be missing out by not having it. And then we do have confirmation that, again, no OLED for next year or the next iPads at all. So they're going to continue with mini LED, and at least for another year, but there will be no OLED. And this is really a big thing, because like, I was just testing out this laptop dock. It's called the Next dock. And I was just testing it out by connecting my foldable phone to it and just seeing like, okay, how does this work? How does this play around and everything like that? And I really liked the way it just set up as decks, and there's a new way you can pull all of your organization from your phone to the decks. So that is a video that I'm going to be doing soon. But what I just immediately noticed when I played a video was like, oh yeah, this is an OLED that I'm watching on. I am just so used to OLEDs. Yes, my computer is not an OLED, but like, when I watch entertainment, I watch it on my tablet, right? This is what I watch every day for lunch. So like, I'll download some YouTube videos, have it on here, and watch it for lunch. And it's just, those true blacks look so good, and it obviously looks so good on my tablet or my foldable phone. Then when you have it on a non-OLED display, it just really kind of just disappoints in a way. So we'll see. I do like mini LED. I will say that. I think it's great for TVs, and where you do not want a static image for a long time, like an OLED TV would do badly in. But overall, I think I'd rather have an OLED in a traveling screen. Let me know what you guys think. I think OLED would do better than mini LED, but that's just me. I do like the brightness of mini LED, and that's obviously important when you go out in the sun. But obviously these get over 1,000 nits to begin with, so I think all of smartphones with OLED screens are plenty bright enough. All right, and that was the news today. Not too much, but let me know, again, what your guys' thoughts are on those news, and I will answer your questions, so start asking them in the comment section down below. Sorry, had to get some water. All right, now let's get started with your guys' questions. But you sound good, but it would sound even better if Sammy revived the Note. And again, as of last week, the rumors were it is the Note 22 Ultra, and then it was A or B. And because they had two units, and it looks like they picked B. So yeah, it is what it is, and it's really quite unfortunate. Let's see. Howdy, tech guy. Hey. How come they can't fix the Watch 4 not to show notifications when you get it like before until you touch the screen, the text? Well, it's an entirely different operating system. This is Wear OS. It's not Samsung's operating system. So Samsung's operating system worked in a certain way, and now Google has their own way of working. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's definitely something that, like, yeah, I think we're all adapting to it, and hopefully feedback will let them know which way to go in certain directions. So yeah. Let's see. Maybe the S22 Ultra 5G may or may not be the Note everyone is expecting. Yeah, and it's really curious about that because it's like, is it going to be an S22 Ultra in name only, but it is a Note? I don't know. I'm very curious to see how that will turn out. It needs to be the best of the best to be a Note, and I don't know if that's going to be one phone that comes out at the beginning of 22. That's my big thing. Hashtag side pen. Will you be trying Windows 11 when it comes out on Tuesday? It will be coming out Tuesday. I don't know if I will be trying it out that early. I want to make sure everything drivers-wise works correctly. I think if I edit a bunch of videos over the next 2 days and really have myself set, so like I at least have 3 videos for the week, I have things recorded, so if anything happens to my computer, I can still work, then yeah, I think I can update to Windows 11. But I'm very cautious when it comes to that. Overall, I will say that I'm excited for Windows 11 in a lot of ways, but it's just always, I'm one of those people that, I've been through Windows since Windows 95, and I know you always want to wait for Service Pack 1 or the big first update. So it's always scary updating to Windows 11 when it first comes out or something like that. So I will more than likely be updating within 2 weeks. I will be doing videos on it when it comes out. I will be figuring all that stuff out, but I don't know if I will be doing it this week. I have to, make sure all my ducks are in a row before doing that. Did App have a wonderful birthday? Yes, he did. He had lots of cake. His birthday was on a Wednesday. He had cake. Basically each day until Saturday. So yeah, he had a lot of fun and definitely, yes, he had a great time. The winter storm in Austin, Texas over the early part of winter killed the FE. They are still not caught up with the lost chip production. That really sucks. I know the Austin, Texas plant, when it comes to processors, is really big over there, so it really just sucks that kind of caused it. Link sharing is not working on the Note 9, really making me go Apple. I'm not sure about that. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Make sure that everything is up to date. The link sharing app itself does update. So make sure to go into your Galaxy store and make sure that's up to date. And just make sure all of everything from that side is up to date. But yeah, if it's not working, I mean, I understand. It's an issue. Hey Rick, do you still have that fire burning wallpaper? I have an AMOLED screen. Yeah, I never took it down from the website, so it should be there. YouTubeTechGuy.com, and go to the wall. I think it was like, what was the name of it? So if you go to YouTubeTechGuy.com, go to More, and Video Lock Screen, and then you can download it. Download here, bam, you're good. Click an ad, donate a PayPal. Don't have to, but just always fun. But yeah, so yeah, this is what I made, and it still looks as good as ever. So yeah. Let's see. Is your daily driver the Fold 3? Should I upgrade to the Fold 3 from the S21 Ultra, or to the S21 Ultra from the Fold 2? My daily driver is the Fold 3, but with one big caveat. And that is that the Fold 3 is not as good at taking photos. So my second daily driver right now is the Pixel 5a, which takes better photos than the Fold 3. My other caveat to that is that I really don't like the way either one takes video. They're both mediocre video. So I'm a little annoyed by that, to be quite honest, because of the fact that when my son was doing his birthday celebration for the weekend with some family over, I couldn't shoot a video. Like, I was like, neither one is going to take the best video in this low light with candles. It's like, it's not going to go well. Like, it really sucked. And so that's just one thing that, like, where my S21 Ultra would have been perfect. It takes better videos than both of these two. So that's my big thing. And again, I am a person that takes photos, that takes videos, and that needs a long battery life. The S21 Ultra is better in every way at those categories than the Fold 3. The Fold 3 is great at productivity. I love it for that. I love the big screen. I wish I had the S21 Ultra camera in this phone, and it would be perfect, and I would gladly take photos and videos with it. But as it stands right now, not so much. So should you upgrade to the Fold? I mean, if you're okay, the Fold 3 cameras are the exact same cameras on the Fold 2. So if you're okay with that kind of quality, then you're set. And the Fold 3 is a big upgrade to the Fold 2. It really is. Just so much more solid, software-wise, hardware-wise, everything. But the S21 Ultra will have a substantially better battery life, like 4 hours more screen on time a day. And it will have definitely better photo and video quality. Thoughts on the EU mandating USB-C? Would it go by power needed, as some computers need to plug in a bigger plug, right? So the EU mandate for Type-C goes to smartphone electronics or mobile electronics, not necessarily computers. However, a new thing just happened, if you didn't know, which is the new version of USB Type-C 3.1 is effectively going to eliminate almost every barrel wall plug we have. The new Type-C is going to go up to 240 watts. So basically, you know, like my gaming laptop charger, I believe is at 180 or 200, 220, something like that. So the new USB Type-C would be able to charge this new version. It would also be able to travel of speeds up to 40 gigabits per second. So really fast speeds there, really insane charging capability that Type-C has the ability to do with this new version. So although it actually does not, the wording from what I read, and again, maybe I didn't read the original one, I just reread a quote of what it said. was that it does apply to all mobile devices, where a computer can be argued with as not a mobile device or a true mobile device, especially something like gaming, bigger, hefty things. But 240 pretty much takes care of almost everything. So this new USB Type-C, again, it just passed. I didn't have it on here because they just annoyed me with their new stickers that are going to confuse customers like crazy. Because they're not calling it USB 4.0, which I think they should. They're calling it 3.1, and they're just saying, oh, well, now it's going to be 3.1 with a 240 sticker on it. But if it also has 40 watts or 60, is it 60? Now I have to check. Speed 0.1 240. Let me see. Yeah, so this is it. What they're confusing. So basically now on packaging, they're going to have some kind of sticker that looks like this. If it's both, and if it's just wattage, then it's just going to be this. If it's just this faster speed cable, then it's going to be this. So you're going to have all this confusion, I feel like, instead of just calling it USB 4.0 and be done with it. So yeah, so this is the new version that is coming out, and it will be able to charge, like I said, even gaming laptops. I don't know. I'm sure there are. I'm sure when you go over $2,000, there are some gaming laptops that are over 240 watts. But 240 watts takes care of the vast majority. So that's huge. That's huge. Because, before we were getting up to 100 watts, this is 240. So it definitely will take care of most devices now at this point. What's kind of crazy is you're talking about now monitors. You're talking about gaming console, like a console, like the PlayStation could charge off of this, right? So it's like you're getting to the point where this kind of power wattage is like, oh man, like you could actually charge almost a lot more electronics than we could before this just happened. So that's really huge. It really is. Like Type-C could begin to take over everything. But yes, I just saw Quiet Storm laugh. Yes, these random stickers, like I can already see, an elderly person or even a person that just isn't in the know about this. Like if I hadn't told you guys, you might have not known, like, hey, what the heck is this 240W on this sticker? It's on a router or it's on a computer. It's like, what is that? Like, what is that? So these stickers are just going to cause confusions for sure. Okay. Let's see. Apple went with LG screens for newer products, mostly due to pricing, supply, and demand. Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, LG has a lot to offer now that they're not doing their own phones, and now they're going to make more profit in the mobile division than they ever could. Do you think Microsoft will find a way to run Google Play services on Windows 11, or will Google stop them? Oh, Google would stop them if they're not getting their own money. If Google ain't getting money, yes, Google will stop it. Or at least they'll try to their best for sure. They'll try to whatever they can. It's Android itself is an open platform, so you can't completely stop some things, but you definitely can, do some other things. Do you think Google helped made YouTube what it is today? I read somewhere that YouTube has only been profitable in the last few years. Yeah, I mean, it really is interesting, right? Because it's always interesting, how big would a company have gotten without the backing of another big company. YouTube as a platform was gaining ground when YouTube bought it, but it was nothing compared to what it is today. I mean, today, people like me and others can make an entire living on this platform. There's been self-made millionaires because of this platform. And that's why it's always like, when people say, oh, it's going to be the next YouTube. It's going to be the next YouTube. Nothing ever has. TikTok is an interesting proposition because it's gaining bigger and bigger, and it's succeeded more where Vine and others have failed. But it's always listening to the demand. So, I mean, YouTube, the one thing YouTube is good at, no matter what people say about it, is it's very good at adapting. It's very good at adapting. You've had things like, merchandising, super chats, like what all these other companies did, right? Like OnlyFans or all these kind of things. Like Google was kind of on the forefront of a lot of things, or saw someone do it and then added it to their own. I mean, now you have YouTube Shorts. It's gaining traction. It's basically TikTok on YouTube. And they're trying to pay as much as they can to people that are doing shorts, just so you keep doing shorts so that people stay on this platform and not go somewhere else. So would it be as big? No. I think you could say YouTube being bought by Google was kind of like Marvel being bought by Disney. Say what you will about Disney as a company or anything like that, but Marvel would never, ever be where it was today if not for Disney buying it. It wouldn't be where it is. It wouldn't. The whole Star Wars is a whole nother story, because that, it wouldn't be where it is today if they hadn't bought it too. And that's where you have to just wow at Kevin Feige and what he did. But yeah, so it really is like, Google took YouTube, really brought it up, adapted it, changed it at every turn where they needed to. And YouTube is not perfect. It is far from it, and it still needs constant work. But they adapt. They change things. They, if annoyed enough, they'll change things. And some things are not in their power. Like the whole kid thing that happened a couple years ago. I think it was 2 years ago now. COPPA, where, okay, we cannot do ads targeted towards kids and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. And all. So they really did adapt to change overall. Hold on. So would it be where it is today? No, I don't believe so. I believe YouTube backed by Google. And one thing I think we take for granted is how good Google search really is. I think it's till you go to another app, right? Like I've gone to Amazon and some other app this week that I was trying. And it is amazing how, I think it was DoorDash. It is amazing how bad other things are at search. Like I was just like, I want this. And it gave me all this, like, no, I don't, okay, you picked this word, but you completely dismissed the first word I entered. Google did such a perfect job of search to get what you want when you search something, that added on to YouTube is just, it really does well. Now, there's a whole other thing to be said about like, well, yeah, but they keep the top people on top, and the lower people, it's hard to get up. They really, if you don't have like a perfect video, you're not gonna climb up. And there is a lot to be said about that kind of stuff. But overall, I think search really helped it so much that we take it for granted. But again, if you ever just like try searching for something on an app like Amazon, on DoorDash, or like, whatever, a movie theater site, like anything, like search is just not as good as a Google search. And it's just a reason that it does so well, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Do Google. I don't understand how there's some Note phone, but not the exact Note with the features you want. Why immediately say you'll get an iPhone? Android is still better to me than iOS. I agree. I have an iPhone 13 right now. I've been nothing but frustrated with it. It's laggy. It's like, I get it. I really understand that when these influencers use this, they can't be power users. They can't be. I mean, because I respect them too much to believe that they don't. Like, if you use the phone like I use an Android phone, like I just go through everything, like, you experience lag. You do. And it just drives me crazy. And I have the iPhone 13 Pro. I should be experiencing no lag. But it turns out, apparently, that iOS 15 is just, like, as buggy as, like, iOS 6 was. I think that was the buggiest iOS, if I'm not mistaken. So they are having a lot of issues with it. So maybe it's just that. But, man, it is so laggy. And I'm kind of annoyed that no one has said it. Like, how can I be the only one that's saying it? Has just no one else experienced it? Or everyone is just giving Apple a pass because they're Apple and they're going to fix it? You shouldn't. Wasn't it MKBHD and Mr. Mobile, two of the best reviewers out there, that say you shouldn't review something based on what will come out? You should base it on what is out right now. And at least maybe I'm the only one that's having it on its app store, on when you close an app and open another one right away. When you do things, it's just laggy. And maybe it's just me. I don't know. Yeah. You will be seeing a big price drop on most Samsung tablets going on into the holidays because they're trying to clean out their inventory before the complete 2020 refresh on a kid's tablet's coming back, an A series tablet, and the Tab 8. Yes, and so I heard we are going to get the Tab 8s in the beginning of 2022, so that'll either be at the January event or we'll hear about it at MWC in February. So looking forward to that for sure. Is he answering chat yet? Yes, I've been answering chat. Oh, so did you keep the iPhone? I have it still right now. I do not believe I'll keep it though. We'll see. I have this week to return it if I want to. I mean, I could keep it for a little while longer and then probably sell it at a loss of like $100 or something like that. So I'm debating on it, but unless there's a really worthwhile video, I probably will sell it, yeah, or return it. There's nothing really. The iPhone 13, I feel like, from an Android user's perspective, not one that jumps back and forth all the time, right? Because I think that is a different perspective. If you're a person that jumps between Android and iOS as a reviewer, you jump back and forth and you're just used to both of them. From an Android user's perspective, the iPhone 13 is probably the most boring phone that Apple has made in a long time, that proves they can't innovate anymore. And what I mean by that is there's no big improvement from last year. The batteries are a little bit better, the camera's a little bit better. That we expect every single year. But that's it. Like, there's no innovation in that phone. The notch is humongous still. Like, this BS about, oh, well, it's so much smaller. No, it narrowly got smaller and actually got wider. Or, sorry, narrower and longer, I guess it would be. But it looks awful. it's small for the iPhone 13 Pro. Like, I feel like you need to get a Max. I mean, maybe people are used to that size, but the iPhone 13 is so small to me. So yeah, it's such a boring phone. It is such a boring phone. And maybe people are fine with that. Like, it's just like, well, it's a better phone than the one I had now, and that's about it. Great. That's sufficient, and it works. It works for that purpose. But I feel like there's never been an iPhone that proves Apple can't innovate anymore more than this phone. And I've heard reviewers say better camera quality, better video quality. I'm comparing it right now to the S21 Ultra. We'll see. You'll see. But yeah, it really is something that it just like, man, this is such a boring phone. Like, I mean, I can't believe the things that Apple still doesn't have. Like, how does Apple still not have split screen? How do you not have split screen on your iPhones? Like, still, how do you not have always on display? Still, like, it's just, it really baffles me. How do you have slow ass charging? How do you, just like how are you okay as an Apple user? There is better out there. There really is. So yeah. Can the EU force Apple to go USB-C on all their devices? Why are they fight so hard? Thank you. Can they? Yes. The way around it is the long-rumored portless iPhone. So what Apple can do is make wireless charging the only way to charge the phone. And that's it. If they do that, it is a roundabout way to go around the law. They will not have to honor it then. If they have a port, yes, they can. So, can Apple be forced to do it? Yes. They will have to do it in 2 years, or they cannot sell an iPhone in the EU. That's pretty big. But here's the thing about that. The reason why Apple is fighting so hard is because of the fact that Apple makes too much money. As I posted on Twitter like a week or so ago, there is no company that contributes more to e-waste than Apple. No company. There is no company that single-handedly contributes more to e-waste than Apple by making the Lightning connector. The Lightning connector is the single biggest e-waste that's made every single year, because every year there's billions of products made with a Lightning connector. And if that was instead a USB Type-C, those billions of products of e-waste would disappear. And USB Type-C would be for everything. And as we're seeing right now, USB Type-C is about to go up to 240 watts capable with 40 gigabits transfer speed. So yeah, it's perfect as the universal cable. But Apple would lose money. That's why they're fighting it. They get money for every Lightning adapter sold. They wouldn't get money for every USB adapter sold. So that's why they're fighting it so hard. They say screw the environment, and they rather have their money. As much as they say they're all green and, trying to be, all this kind of stuff, it's all a smokescreen. There's no company that contributes more to e-waste than Apple. None. Let's see. What kind of lag? Oh yeah, I already explained the kind of lag I'm talking about. I've never been an Apple fan. I've not hated Apple, but I've just not liked the way they've used marketing. And I love marketing. I'm a marketing major, and I was astounded from Apple From the iPods to the Macs to all of this stuff that Apple did through marketing to convince people that they were somehow better. And they weren't. Like, there was better than iPods when iPods came out. Creative Labs made the software that Apple stole, paid them in court, and then you never heard about it again. But that was a competing MP3 player. So, again, marketing, so good. You know, literally, the whole iTunes software in the beginning was based off of Creative Labs. You also got, when you got to the Mac era, of really trying to, I'm a Mac, I'm a PC. Those Macs were horrible. Horrible. But again, marketing. And then Macs got the inside track with the music industry. Then they got the inside track with the video industry. And they became the place to go for music editing and video editing. Again, the marketing has always been unparalleled. The products themselves, so yeah. Let's see. We interrupt your programming to bring you a tech rant. I think I've done several now at this point. Apple doesn't need to innovate. That logo is enough for their users. LOL. Pretty much. Have you heard anything about the S21 having issues with reading a SIM card? I had one for 6 months. That happened to me. The guy from Verizon claimed others had this issue. I don't know if it's a Verizon issue. I have not had the issue. However, mine's been T-Mobile. I still have my S21 Ultra. I haven't put my SIM in it for about, a month now since I've had the Fold 3. But never had an issue with it while that happened. So yeah. Not at least for me. Luckily, Verizon sent me a new one because I love Samsung still. Awesome, yeah. Facebook story RayBan glasses are very interesting. Take surprisingly good photos. Video and very responsive. I thought about getting those. I really did. But I just don't care to get everything from Facebook. Like, if Google made them, I would have bought them in a heartbeat. But yeah, I just don't want everything from there. It's really annoying. So yeah, overall, I thought about getting it just because I love the concept. And again, I just want like Samsung, if they make those, or Google make those. Hopefully we're going to get the Samsung glasses in January or February, because those I'm looking forward to so much. Ricky, why do you think American tech companies are so forefront compared to other countries such as the UK? As someone from England, we benefit from American innovation. I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, trying not to get political here or any kind of way, I do feel like, you know, some of that semblance of the old name America, the land of opportunity, is still a dream that a lot of people do believe in, and it's why I think we get so many people from so many different parts of the world to come to the U.S. You know, and it really is something like, we do have some of the best schools, definitely not all of them. Cambridge and others, you know, out there, and all those other kind of places. But when it comes to technology, there is kind of a hub at Silicon Valley. And it's up to the point where the companies, the biggest companies in the world, have consolidated in certain locations. And then when someone else innovates, they just buy them before they get big. And then you never hear about them. You know, it brings me like to a point. I mean, Siri, you know, was an Apple innovation. Actually, no, it was a company that was bought, that Apple bought, and that they did it. But so it's not necessarily that the companies are so big in terms of like, man, how big can they get and everything. It's just that the companies that have the money have been very strategic about making themselves look innovative. And overall, I mean, it's not necessarily US companies either. I mean, although Samsung has some headquarters in the US, they're from Korea. Hyundai, although they have so many issues, I think cars in general now, is it just me, or are there more car recalls now than there ever were before? Like, I mean, Ford just had to recall a lot of the Mustang Mach-E's, and that was a car that I was looking for. So yeah, it's just all these different things out there. So yeah, I don't know. It's really something that there's innovation in all these different areas, but you hear about it, or they're always test driven, I feel, in America first. Because I do feel that most people see America as, if it works there, it'll work in other parts of the world. Again, try not to get political so much here, but just that's kind of what seems to be in terms of technology. I have no idea about, fashion and cosmetics and, lifestyle stuff or anything like that, but I feel when it comes to electronics, like if it works in the US, then it probably will work everywhere else, is the thought process behind it. You're so right. I'm thinking hard to get the Apple 13 Pro from the Note 9. If Samsung makes a Note 21, I for sure would get it. So lost. My Note 9 is still working, so I may hold off. Yeah, no, it's just, again, it's something like, I have the iPhone. I have it right next to a Samsung, and it's just like, I'm not impressed. So yeah. When will we get your review on the RayBan stories? The new Facebook Portless, they seem interesting. To be quite honest, Mullet Baby, I don't know if you're joking or what, but I don't know. Like, I check my Facebook probably every day, but I'm not that connected to it where like I want to post onto Facebook. It's funny because I don't know if the whole thing about does it post on Instagram as well? Like, I would be more interested if it posted on Instagram than if it posted on Facebook. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Maybe if they get some really huge discounts, then I'll be interested in it. I'm a total MacBook Pro fan now with the M1 chip. Lasts 17 hours per charge. Samsung phone's #1 for me though. Totally understand. And again, I like that Apple put their same processor in a laptop, because it's something that, again, why haven't Chromebooks done this? A Chromebook can run an Android app, just like an iPhone can run, like a MacBook can run an iPhone app. But there's one clear advantage. It's a freaking touchscreen, which iPhone apps on MacBooks do not run well because they are not touch. So it should be so much more so. Oh no, I meant the Facebook, the RayBan stories. Do they post to Instagram? Because I would be more interested in that than if they post to Facebook. That's what I meant. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. No, wait, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Let's see. But I do see, speaking of marketing, 51st Date Questions. So yes, I will drop that, of course. So 51st Date Questions is an app that I created. We plug it every week as a shameless plug for you guys to download it. So if you can download it, really appreciate it. It's in the link in the description down below for Android and iOS. Although I will say, I don't know how much longer I will have it for iOS because they are changing some things up. And I just don't have time to edit that app. I really don't. So get it while you can. 51st Date questions on Android and iOS for now. Let's see. Oh yeah, the M1 chip. Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, they should totally do that with Chromebooks, and it would be beautiful. ARM chips were invented in England. There you go. I mean, but Nvidia's trying to buy them now, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's always innovation in different parts. Just we'll see where it all takes it. That's what's so cool. All right, guys. Ask your last questions. Ricky, was your app expensive to develop? I think it cost about $1,500. I think I spent on it total, with the design, with everything that I wanted. I think it was $1,000 to $1,500. I don't know if I made my money back. I would have to check that for all of this, but yeah. And the Apple link for now. All right, guys. I think we'll call that a show. I don't know why I'm just kind of feeling right now. I think my nose is stuffy, that's why. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, some fun stuff coming, like I said, this week, including this big projector that is really cool, and that, yeah, it will be a lot of fun to show you guys. And that's one of my favorite things about it. It auto fits to whatever wall you put it in, so there's no object in the way. That's really cool. But really cool things showing you later this week. And I'll end by showing you that beautiful projector in 4K display. Thank you guys always for watching. This has been RayCky, the YouTube Tech Guy.
Thank you so much again for